Welcome to the Bodaciously Awesome Family Show. Bodaciously Awesome Family Show. The only show dedicated to helping parents maximize their kids' experiences and for kids to reap the fun. Here are your hosts, the Bodacious family, Adam, Anthony, and Zachary.
Yo, welcome back. Welcome to Bodaciously
Awesome Family.
Wait, I got this. Podcast.
There you go. It's close enough. Anthony's back for the first time in a long time. Welcome, Anthony!
Yay!
Hi.
And we hope you remember how to podcast.
His voice sounds different.
No, it doesn't.
What do you mean?
Different than the last time you were on this podcast?
No, he's been that long. Now, I will say, because as we get ready to go on a cruise event here this summer, and the first time we started doing this podcast was on a cruise like 5 years ago, we should pull up those episodes of Anthony, and those, I bet you, he sounds a little different.
Was that the Alaska cruise?
No, yes.
Mm-hmm. And, we could do that, or counteroffer, we don't do that instead of doing it.
Oh, I'd love to hear your sweet voice.
All
right, well, that's not what we're talking about.
My shmoo.
Well, that is not what we're talking about today, so that's why I don't want to do the podcast anymore, so don't call him that. All right, so remember, you can find us anywhere podcasts live. Today, hey, Anthony, I don't get you back on the podcast often, but I have to entice you back with certain episodes. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about a movie.
We are. And Zach, what movie are we talking about?
Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick. Oh, I didn't introduce anybody. I'm Adam.
I'm Mom.
I'm that guy in the corner.
I'm Anthony.
See, so we gotta do that part too. So, Top Gun Maverick. We've done a lot of movies. We've often done a lot of superhero movies.
Because they're the best.
Yeah, or we do a lot of movies from the past. But when we do current things that aren't superheroes, it's kind of doesn't happen often because it's not like the world makes movies for non-superheroes that are really talkable much. So, we do want to talk about Top Gun Maverick. Obviously, Mom and I here have a semi-different opinion or history and legacy than you two do. You two have never seen the original. Mom and I have seen it, let's just say, with too often.
Yeah, probably about 100 times that summer it came out.
Yeah, so too often. And so we want to compare and contrast our experiences with Top Gun Maverick. And at the end of this, or towards the end, I have a theory.
It's a really good theory, too.
I mean, it's a pretty good theory.
Yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense. I really like the theory.
How, as a teaser, as I start talking about my theory, how many words, how soon is it before Mom poo-poos my idea?
Poo-poos it? I don't know if she can.
But she's not going to like my theory. She's going to tell me it's stupid.
No, she is not, but it's accurate.
But yeah, she's going to say it's stupid.
I'm very intrigued. I don't know where you guys are going with this.
That's what I said. He's like, I have a theory about this movie. I'm like, you have this theory about this very light summer blockbuster? And he's like, yeah.
Don't ruin it!
Oh, I'm not going to ruin it. I'm going to make it better.
Honestly, I want to watch it again, and my score will very likely go up.
Oh, pick me, I'll go.
No, I honestly want to watch it again.
Boom! Mind-blowing!
Because, can I say my rating or no?
Okay, all right, we digress. Yes, can we talk about the movie first and then get there?
I will then. Okay, talk about the movie first. Let's start with Mom, who, when this movie was first announced, I'll say you were not enthused.
No, because sequels that have been that long since the original, they tend not to be very good.
No, I think or they're a pure nostalgic play. And let's face it, this movie dwells a lot of nostalgia, but it has its own plot. And I will say this, I think it is its own movie. Like, this exists outside of Top Gun in asterisks, right? Or quotation. Like, this is its own thing. It is not just a nostalgia play.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great standalone movie. And, I mean, these guys right here have not seen the original. You had no trouble figuring out who was who and following along, right?
No.
I mean, I don't know. The plot had a lot of very straightforward elements, so...
Except for in the plane where they turned around.
Well, you picked up on the past relationships pretty easily, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Maverick and that girl.
Okay, what's funny is that girl is not in the original.
Wait, really?
No.
Yeah. Penny's actually a new character, but I think she's actually very important, and she gives this movie a nice ground, a nice weight, because one thing that, again, the nostalgia bait movie does is it only relies on things from that first movie. So this basically said, hey, Maverick's had 30 years or whatever where he's lived a life. One of those things was he met this girl named Penny, and that was whether she's the love of his life, but he obviously broke her heart because her daughter says, hey, don't break her heart again. And he obviously also leaves that on a bad note, and he has to go back and rectify it. Even if the audience doesn't know that, he does, and they can bring that in pretty quickly.
Right.
Yeah, so I like that. So Zach, as someone who had not seen the original, and as our youngest member here, I told you we're going to see a movie, and you're like, oh, Doctor Strange! I'm like, no. And so then you're like, okay, I'm like, it's this movie about fighter jets. And you're like, all right, I'll see it. But what was your impression? Like, how did this sit with you? It starts off kind of fast. I say it drags a little bit in the middle and ends phenomenally. Like, the last hour is great. What were your impressions?
It was fast paced. It was pretty good. I would have rather watched Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness,
but you liked this.
It was good.
So we're towards the end, and now again, I know that some of this is the nostalgia factor, but were you like in a fist pump? Like, you're like, yeah! Were you excited? Like, Maverick saving the day? Oh, spoiler alerts. Maverick saves the day.
Not really. It was pretty cool when he was getting shot in the end. Where the fighting in the planes was a pretty cool thing. Like, I didn't like the canyon excavate part. I just liked
the Star Wars ripoff part.
Yeah, I just like them fighting with the other jets.
Okay, yeah,
the dogfight. Yeah, the dogfight was good.
By the way, dogfight football is a genius idea, and I really want to try it now.
Yeah, so at one point they're playing football. So for those who've seen the original, it is hey, how do we get
homage to the volleyball scene?
Yeah, how do we get like sweaty, built, muscular guys with their shirts off playing a sport in the sand? And instead of doing beach volleyball, they do beach football. But they're playing with two footballs. I'm like watching this going in a montage. I'm like, are we just seeing like two parts of the montage on top of each other? It was very weird to me until
there were two footballs.
Yes. Mom's like, there was a football in that scene?
I noticed there was a football, but after that, yeah, there was some really there were some really attractive men without their shirts on. And Tom Cruise, kudos, my friend.
Yeah, the dude's like 59.
Still looking good. Still looking good.
Yeah, so Anthony, can you explain what dogfight? Because he eventually tells a little story to Penny or to the Admiral guy, which actually made sense. Like there was a point to the scene, which there was not in the original Top Gun at all.
No, not at all.
They're playing football on offense and defense at the same time, which, when you think about it, wouldn't work at all. But that's okay because it was fun.
Yeah, and it was a way to help bond and create a team. He was trying to help create the team atmosphere, which I thought worked very well.
Yeah, that was it actually had a purpose.
Then did you like that scene at all, Zach?
It was okay.
Yeah, that's where
Zach was looking at it, trying to figure out how he would do it better.
Yeah, it's probably true. And he would have.
Their routes were trash. They were running at like 2 miles an hour. They were like speed walking.
Well, Tom Cruise is old.
Tom Cruise had his cane out when he was playing quarterback. He's like,
I will say this: they did get one shot of Tom Cruise running, like not in that scene, but like towards the end, like where all of a sudden like Tom Cruise had to run. It's like because it's like contractually obligated.
Yeah, and I do like the fact that they definitely gave recognition to the fact that Tom Cruise is part of the older generation, and they had plenty of younger actors as well. And at one point, Tom Cruise leaves the football game and puts his shirt on and goes and sits down. So it's like passing the torch to the younger guys.
Well, there was a lot of torch passing in this movie. And metaphorically speaking, but even from a Maverick character perspective, where he has to try to move beyond his time at Top Gun, making sure other guys have their chance, and bridging those gaps, which gets us to Baby Goose or to Rooster in this case.
Yeah. Before we get to Rooster, I also like to say that I appreciated the diversity of the fighter pilots and the fact there was some African American men and there was the female pilot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, and
good update.
Hey, for the football scene, she was hot too.
Sure.
I mean, she's no Zendaya, but
no, obviously not.
Zendaya's special.
So, all right, so let's get to Baby Goose or Rooster. So, in the original movie, to kind of put this both in perspective, I'm sure you figured this out. Maverick's partner dies, and that was Rooster's father. His call sign was Goose. So, when it was announced that Miles Teller was going to be that role, I was like, man, the kid from Whiplash looks nothing like Anthony Edwards. That's horrible casting. Even though I think Miles Teller's a really good actor. Then they give him the bad haircut, they give him the fake silly mustache, and they put a Hawaiian shirt on him, and he sings Great Balls of Fire. And I'm like, holy crikey, Great Balls of Fire, it's Goose. It was amazing.
Well, that's because I feel like he can pretty much take on any role and run with it.
Yeah, I thought he was amazing.
He by far the best part of the movie. Like, he was fantastic.
Yeah, and it's because he has
Sounds
this big.
like No, the football.
The football scene! Football scene!
But he has his great big breakout moment with Great Balls of Fire, which again they do in the original as well. But then the rest of the time he's kind of not necessarily sullen, but he's very reserved. And to make Maverick make that connection and bridge that gap, it becomes that theme of the movie that I thought was really important and is done very well. And again, not just for nostalgia bait, which what I was fearing by having him in the movie at all as a character.
Yeah, I thought his little mustache, that was a little cheesy. And we forget about the fact that he would have been 3.
No, maybe 5.
Yeah, when his dad died. So the fact he's still kind of angry about that,
Well, he's also angry about Maverick holding him back 4 years.
Yeah, so Maverick pulled his flight school, whatever, so he couldn't get into flight school early. So that's why he was angry then also about that.
Yeah.
So all right, so Zach, what was your favorite part of the movie? Was the dog fights?
Probably.
And did you like the entire the big? I thought the big action scene at the end with the big storm on the on random countries, random uranium mine. I thought it was really well done. It was really exciting.
I liked them stealing the plane. That was fun.
Yeah, and then when they had to take off in the old plane and go without a runway.
Yeah. Can we talk about the machines for a second? Oh my gosh, the planes! The planes were amazing. And the helicopter!
Yeah, the big Rambo helicopter at the end is awesome.
The enemy helicopter was fantastic.
And while he was hiding behind a tree.
Big tree.
Hey, don't nitpick.
Yeah, don't nitpick. That's
No,
my job.
Yeah, this is not a movie for nitpicking.
No, not at all.
So, but I'll say this also. So the planes were all awesome. And so Tom Cruise, as we've learned, throughout his life, is a little crazy. But later in life, he's been very crazy about how to make movies. As he's become a producer and puts his body on the line for all these stunts. They rented planes from the Air Force or the Navy at $1,100 or $11,000 an hour to film that, where they were filming those actors with those G-forces doing supersonic speeds to make it as realistic as possible and putting cameras in the cockpits. And you see it. And then Tom Cruise we aren't putting this on streaming. This was supposed to come out 2 years ago in COVID. He's like, no, we'll wait. And it's absolutely worth that wait. This was not a movie for your phone.
Yeah, especially on the big screen and the way they actually filmed it without a green screen, you can tell.
It was very practical.
And the sound was what do you call it? GDX? Yeah, is that what you call it?
Yeah, the theater we were in a GDX theater.
Yeah, you need a GDX theater.
Or a Dolby Digital or something.
Yeah, the sound was incredible.
Yeah, but I agree. The practical effects and not the green screen. There was definitely some green screen in there, but it's not like in a Marvel movie or something where you see it everywhere. You looked like you were there because the cameras were there.
Yeah, it was so well done. Definitely a big screen movie.
Yeah, so I agree that was that level, Chantel, as you were saying, that really helped that those machines made them really pop because they were there. You were in the machine.
Yeah, and that's a very important part of Top Gun. But at the beginning, you have Tom Cruise just giving a little, what do you call it, just a little speech about...
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, so Tom Cruise, the man, right, before the movie, did a little, introduction to the movie.
Yeah, he knew he won back the movies with that.
Yeah, I would say Tom Cruise won the movies. Tom Cruise is the savior of movie theaters at this moment.
Right, he brings back movies. He brings back the summer blockbuster.
Okay, I mean, Spider-Man kind of already did that, though.
But Spider-Man
had one of the biggest opening weekends in movie history.
And Spider-Man and Doctor Strange had giant openings, and they definitely created those crowds. You're correct.
Yeah, I don't know about Doctor Strange, but Spider-Man was a huge
massive.
Now,
but from the perspective of something that's not, there's a lot of superhero backlash over the last few years, just because those have been dominating over so long. So to see another action film, PG-13 film, directed at different audiences that isn't a superhero movie, and that stopped to say this will be released. Marvel still released Eternals or Black Widow on streaming first, and The Rock did Jungle Cruise, right? They released those in different places. Christopher Nolan said no, Tenet's got to be in theaters, right? And then with Tom Cruise, and even Mission Impossible for next year, that's kind of, but that element say no, these will be here first. Spider-Man just did it because that's the way the timing worked.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, right. Well, it's just a different genre.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so that all worked. Okay, so what was your favorite part? Zach's the dog fighting?
Well, I like the mission. That was fantastic, and of course the football scene. But really, I mean, it was just kind of nonstop from the second it started, and it was just it was all so good. I was intrigued the entire time.
Yeah, you were literally on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
All right, Anthony, what was your favorite scene?
I liked when they're going out of the canyon. Or like anytime they try to go out of the canyon. I don't know why. That part was just really cool.
That was
like
actually
when
really
they
cool.
practice going up and they're all like fanning and stuff.
They hitting the G-force and whatnot?
Yeah. Or like actually my favorite part was when he like shows them the perfect run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that was good. That was
yeah.
good.
Well, 'cause it was so I thought it was obvious when the commander's like, oh, the only thing you showed them is that it can't be done. And I'm like, well, he's obviously now got to show them that it's done.
Okay.
Which became the perfect backdoor to get him to be in the mission. Because I was trying to figure that out. I'm like, how is he going to be the hero? Because he's the teacher. And then as soon as that set up, I'm like, oh my god, it was actually well done.
I didn't say it was creative. I said it was well done.
No, I said it was well done. No, I'm saying that with sincerity.
Yeah, no, it was well done. It just I expected it, but it was still well done.
Yeah, no, I said it was sincerity. I really liked that. I thought that was actually really well done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too.
Yeah, I'm agreeing.
Okay.
So, Zach, you're on a scale of 0 to 5. You've been asked to wait 2 hours of like 5 minutes, especially in 1.5 hours. What would you rate that movie?
4.
Mom?
5.
3.5, but I now have to see it again.
I'm gonna smack him. Here it goes.
Oh, I'm saying it's a 4, but with the nostalgia thrown in, it's 4.5. I'm just kind of like saying, I don't know what it's gonna be like the next time I watch it.
But with this theory.
So here's the theory. What happens in the very beginning? What's the first thing that happens in this movie?
Maverick's in the really cool-looking Navy fighter jet trying to achieve a 10 G-force.
Like the Mach 10.
Yeah.
Which was like those things, but it was supposed to hit 9, 10 was what they were going to go for eventually, not to push it past, theoretically impossible, all that kind of stuff, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
What, and he does it, correct?
He does.
Okay, he gets to Mach 10.
Yep.
Then what happens?
He exceeds it, and
Yeah,
the plane
it's like
breaks.
shocking. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, you can't do that.
Right. And then the plane breaks up, and he has to eject.
Yeah. And then what happens?
He ends
He
up
goes to the bar.
in a cafe asking for water.
Do you see him eject?
No, but I assumed.
Hold on, so-
No. Stop. He's a fighter pilot. He knows to eject.
Absolutely.
I assumed he.
Going Mach 10.3, I'm sure he gets very safely back.
Okay, so what's your point?
Okay, what's the first words he says when he gets into that diner?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, that part doesn't matter.
It does. He goes, where am I?
That
Because
doesn't-
Oh, yeah.
Because he dies.
Oh, stop it! He's not dead. He's not
He's dead.
He is
The
dead.
entire
Oh
movie.
my God!
No.
is,
Okay.
Hold on. Now, hear me out. The entire movie is his version of heaven. It's his version of righting wrongs. Hold on. Wait for it. So, the movie symbolizes, and what he has to go through, his hero's journey is to right the wrongs of his life. In the movie Top Gun, would you say his friendship with Iceman was adversarial or friendship?
Adversarial.
In this movie, they're like lifelong friends. Now, granted, they could have changed, but they're like best buds.
Well, yeah, but at the end of Top Gun, they reconcile.
I think they definitely say, hey, yeah, you may my wingman anytime. Yeah. So, taking that from account where he is rectifying in his own mind, whether or not it's true, this wrong, the rest of the movie is spent rectifying a past wrong with Penny, who apparently is the love of his life. Don't break your heart again, says her daughter. And rectifying the past wrongs with Rooster. And before he dies on the Mach 10 journey, he's going to be replaced, as all fighter pilots are, with drones. So he gets to rectify to the entire Navy that fighter pilots are still needed.
Oh, here.
Okay, but then he's not dead.
I have another one. What country is he fighting?
It doesn't matter.
What? So the Navy doesn't
Oh,
know what country they're fighting?
No, you're overthinking it again.
No, we're not overthinking it.
No, yes, you are.
You're underthinking it.
No, it doesn't matter in Top Gun world. It doesn't matter who the enemy is. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter in his mind.
Oh my God.
So I will say this: the Navy knows who it is. I wouldn't say that, but it does not matter.
They were trying not to politicize this movie.
Of course, I would agree. That's absolutely the way you should read it.
This was a very good way to do it. To have him be dead the whole time.
And
No, my God, exactly.
And then you create an impossible mission that no one can do, and then you have to have the perfect run to do it, and he can do that. Then, hey Zach, one of your favorite scenes was when he takes off in the old jet, right?
Yeah.
Right after they bomb the entire runway. Can you name a pilot who could take off on a plane without a runway?
Maverick.
A dead one.
Maverick.
Yeah,
Okay,
Maverick.
you wait.
Yeah.
All right, let's sign off. I'm done with you. I'm done.
All right, everyone. You just noodle that around. I'll admit that I think I think at least it bears some thought.
No, I think you're absolutely right.
Hashtag stupid theory.
No.
I'll throw that hashtag on the Twitter.
There you go.
No question. I
Stupid
absolutely think
theory.
you're right.
Hashtag stupid theory.
All right, everyone. We're going to talk to you all next week. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
He was dead all along.
Hey, what's